It's live? All right. This is I.S.U.P.K. Atlanta Sabbath day class. I'm preaching officer of 1,000 Tamayam, and I got with me preacher of 1,000 Yahanna. All right. Go to homeboard. All right. Come up and state your registry. Hold up before you do that.
Marsar, Banya Howda, Banya Charlotte.
Yahanna, Mawasa, Banya Howda, Banya Charlotte.
Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shem Brakatha.
Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shem Brakatha. Y'all forgive me, boy. You ain't still learning your name.
Yahweh Khan.
Posh, I need you in here real quick.
Banya Charlotte.
All right, where the prayers at? All right, the Posh, you come on up here.
Sorry, needs to power down, raise and face the east. We're going to say out these prayers.
The Lord prayed in Hebrew. Abanau. Shabbat Shemayim.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Kodash.
Kodash.
Ayah.
Ayah.
Shamka.
Shamka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Malakaka.
Malakaka.
Labah.
Labah.
Ratazayika.
Ratazayika.
Ayah.
Ayah.
Asha.
Aisha.
Baharatiza.
Maharatiza.
Kawa.
Kawa.
Ayah.
Ayah.
Bashamayim.
Hashemayim.
Nathaniel.
Nathaniel.
Lakam.
Lakam.
Kal.
Kal.
Yawan.
Yawan.
Wasanakina.
Asalakina.
Kawapina.
Kabawafina.
Kasalakina.
Kasalakina.
Kawapina.
Kawabiena.
Wala.
Wala.
Banai wa.
Banai, what is it?
Dabaya Ainawa.
Dabaya Ainawa.
Bayashayawan.
Banasayawan.
Abal.
Abal.
Awashaynawa.
Awashina.
Mayan.
Mayan.
Ra.
Ra.
Haya.
Haya.
Laka.
Laka.
Amalakwas.
Amalakwas.
Ala.
Ala.
Wala Tapara.
Wa Tapara.
Wa'al Walayam.
Wa'awalam.
Aman.
The Lord's Prayer in English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. So be it.
It's the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh Bashem Yahusha.
Yahweh Bashem Yahusha.
Baruch Hashem.
Baruch Hashem.
Nathaniel.
Akak.
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 La Rapa.
La Pa.
Kalmakala.
Kalmakala.
Wakal Madawa.
Wakal Madawa.
Hakak.
Hakak.
La Tahar.
La Tahar.
Hamatazarayam.
Hamatazaram.
Akak.
Hakak.
Lahakwayam.
Lahakwiyam.
Amatham.
Amatham.
Akak.
Hakak.
El Rakawaf.
Arakawaf.
Amabatala. Atambaala.
Atamaala.
Lagorishan.
Lagorishan.
Bashim Yawsha.
Ba'ashem Yahshua.
The water Aman.
The water Aman. Yahweh. This is the prayer for the power in English. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh.
Name Yawsha.
Please give us the power.
Please the
The
power.
power to heal.
Power to heal.
All manner of sickness.
All manner of sickness.
And all manner of disease.
And all manner of disease.
The power to cleanse the lepers.
The power to keep the rep.
The power to raise the dead.
The power to raise the dead.
The power against unclean spirits.
The power against unclean spirits.
To cast them out.
To cast them out.
In the name of Yahweh.
In the name Yawsha.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
It was Psalms 181 in Hebrew. Asha.
121.
121. It's Psalms 121 in Hebrew. Asha. Yeah.
I'll read in the Hebrew. Ashah.
Asha.
Ayanya.
Yahanna.
Ahariam.
Ahariam.
Mahayan.
Mahayan.
Yaba'a.
Yaba'a.
Azaria.
Azaria.
Izaria.
Azaria.
Ma'ayin.
Ma'ayin.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Aisha.
Asha.
Shemayim.
Shemayim.
Wa'aratazah.
Ra'aratazah.
Ayatan.
Ma'atan.
Lamawat.
Lamawat.
Regalka.
Regalka.
Al-Yanawam.
Ayawam.
Shamarka.
Shamarka.
Hana.
Hana.
Laha.
La'a.
Yanawam.
Yanawam.
Wala'a.
Wala'a.
Yayashan.
Yayashan.
Shawamar.
Shawamar.
Yasharala.
Yasharala.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Shamarka.
Shamarka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Tazaka.
Tazaka.
Al-Yad.
Ayah.
Yamyika.
Yamika.
Yawamam.
Yawamam.
Hashamash.
Yashamash.
Lahayakaka.
Ayakaka.
Wayarak.
Wayirah.
Balayila.
Balai.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamarka.
Yashamarka.
Makara.
Makara.
Yashamar.
Yashamar.
Afnapaska.
Abnapaka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamar.
Yashamar.
Tazaafka.
Taza'af.
Wabawa'aka.
Waba'aka.
Ma'atan.
Ma'atan.
Wa'awalam.
Wa'alam.
So Psalms 121 in English. I will lift up my eyes to the hills.
I will lift up my eyes to the hills.
From which cometh my help.
From which cometh my
My
help?
help comes from the Lord.
My help cometh from the Lord,
Which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Israel
he that keepeth Israel
shall never slumber or sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy
The
keeper.
Lord is shade upon thy right
The
hand.
Lord is thy shade upon thy right
The
hand.
sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by
The
night.
Lord shall preserve thee from all evil.
The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
The Lord shall preserve thy going out
The Lord shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in.
and thy coming in.
From this time forward,
From this time forward,
for even and evermore.
or even forevermore. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim.
Ahayim.
Al-Dami Yalaka.
Adam Yalka.
Al-Takarash.
Al-Takarash.
Wa al-Tashakwat.
Al-Tashra.
Al.
Al.
Kayahanna.
Yahanna.
Awayabyaka.
Al-Yabika.
Yahama Yawan.
Yawan.
Ra'ash.
Ra'ash.
Imaka.
Imaka.
Ya'ira Yamwa.
Ya'adiyam.
Sawada.
Sawada.
Wayata.
Waita.
Ya'atazawa.
Ya'atazawa.
Al-Taiza Pawanyaka.
Atazawanyaka.
Amarwa.
Amawa.
Lakawa.
Lakawa.
Wanakakida.
Wakakida.
Magawaya.
Magawiya.
Wala'a.
Wala.
Yazakar.
Yazakar.
Sham Yasharala.
Sham Yashar.
Awada.
Awada.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Nawa'atazawa.
Atazawa.
Laba.
Laba.
Yakadwa.
Yakaru.
Alyaka.
Ayuka.
Bariyah.
Bariya.
Yakawafwa.
Yakawaswa.
Ahalya.
Ahayu.
Adawam.
Adawam.
Wayashama.
Wayashama.
Alayam.
Ayayam.
Mawa'aba.
Wayahaba.
Wahagariam.
Wagaria.
Gabor.
Kabal.
Wa'amawan.
Wa'amwa.
Wa'amalak.
Wa'amala.
Palashah.
Wa'alisha.
Aim Yashabya.
Abishabi.
Tazawar.
Tazawar.
Gam Ashawar.
Gamashawar.
Nalawa.
Nagawa.
Amam.
Amam.
Hayawa,
Ayawa.
Zarawa,
Darawa.
Labanya Lawa,
Labayinawa.
Salah,
Salah.
I.S.H.A.L.A.M,
Ashalaham.
Kamadyan,
Kamanya.
Kasaya Sara'ah,
Kasiya Sarah.
Kayadyan,
Kayanya.
Banakar,
Banakar.
Kwayashwan,
Yasha.
Nashamarwa,
Nashamarwa.
Ba'ayan Dara,
Yandara.
Hayawa,
Ayawa.
Daman,
Daman.
La'a Daman,
Daman.
Shayatamwa,
Shaitam.
Nada Yamawa,
Nedaya Marwa.
Kara,
Kara.
Wakazaba,
Wakazab.
Wakazaba,
Wakazaba.
Wakatazar,
Wakazab.
Manai,
Ma'ai.
Kaunasa Yakamwa,
Now Nasa Yakamwa.
Ashar,
Ashar.
Amarwa,
Amarwa.
Naya Rasha,
Naya Rasha.
Lanawa,
Nawa.
Ah,
Ah.
Na'awa,
Na'awa.
Alahayam,
Alahayam.
Alahaya,
Alahaya.
Shayatamwa,
Shaitamwa.
Kagagila,
Kagaya.
Kakwash,
Kakwash.
Lapanya Ravaka,
Bakaya Roraka.
Ka'ash,
Kaash.
Daba Ira Yaira,
Aya.
Wakalahaba,
Wakalahaba.
Dalahat,
Dalaha.
Harayam,
Ariyam.
Khan,
Khan.
Dawadatma,
Dawadatma.
Basa Irika,
Masaira.
Wabasa Wapaka,
Wabasa Bakak.
Daba Halam,
Wabahala.
Mala'a,
Mala'a.
Payahan,
Hayaham.
Kwalawan,
Walawan.
Wayabakwashwa,
Wabakwasha.
Shamka,
Shamka.
Yahawa,
Yahweh.
Yabashwa,
Yabashwa.
Wayabahawa,
Yabahawa.
Ayai,
Ayai.
Wayakaparwa,
Waya Kapara.
Waya Abadwa,
Waya Abadwa.
Waya Da'aiwa,
Waya Aiwa.
Kaya Ata,
Kaya Atha.
Shamka,
Shamka.
Yahawa,
Yahweh.
Labadka,
Labaka.
Ayawan,
Ayawan.
Akaha Arataza.
Aharagasa.
Psalms 8:3 to English. Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still,
And
Be not still,
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
For lo,
For lo,
thy enemies make a tumult.
thy enemies make a tumult.
They hate thee, lift up their head.
They that hate thee have lifted up their heads.
They have taken crafty counsel
They have taken crafty counsel
against our people,
against our people,
and consulted against our hidden ones.
and consulted against our hidden ones.
They have said,
They have said,
Come,
Come,
and let us cut them off from being a nation.
and let us cut them off from being a nation.
In the name of Israel may be no more remembrance.
And the name of Israel may be no more remembrance.
For they had to consult They have consulted together with one consent.
For they have consulted together with one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They have confederate against thee.
The tabernacles of Edom,
The
Tabernacles of Edom,
and the Israelites,
and the Israelites,
Moab,
and Moab,
and the Hagarenes,
and the Hagarenes,
Gebal,
Gabal,
and Ammon,
and Ammon,
and Amalek,
and Amalek,
the Philistines,
the Philistines,
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
Ashur also is joined with them.
Ashur also is joined with them.
They are hoping the children of Lot.
They have opened the children of Lot.
Selah,
Salah,
do unto them
do unto them
the Midianites,
as unto the Midianites,
as unto Sisera,
as unto Sisera,
as unto Jabin,
as to Jabin,
at the brook of Kishon,
At the
the brook Kishon,
which perished at Endor.
which perished at Endor.
They became dung for the earth.
They became as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles of a word,
Make them nobles like a red,
like Zaid.
and like Zaid.
Yea,
Yea,
all their princes as Zabah,
as the princes as Zabah,
as a Samunia,
and as the Munah,
who said,
who
Who
said,
said,
let us take ourselves into the house of the Most High in procession.
let us take to ourselves the house of my Yahweh in possession.
O Yahweh,
Oh Yahweh,
make them like a wheel,
Make them like a wheel,
as a stomach for the wind,
and stubborn for the
as
wind,
the fire burn the wood,
As
and fire burn the wood,
as the flame set the mountains on fire.
as the flame set up the mountains on fire.
So persecute them without tempest,
So persecute them without
and
tempest,
make them afraid without storm.
and make them afraid without storm.
Fill their faces with shame,
Fill their faces with shame,
that they may seek thy name.
so they may seek thy name.
O Yahweh,
O Yahweh,
let them be confounded,
and let them be confounded,
and trouble forever.
and trouble forever.
Yea,
Yea,
let them be put to shame,
Yes, let them be put to shame.
and perish,
and perish,
that the man may know
that the man may know
thou,
that thou,
whose name alone is Yahweh,
whose name alone is Yahweh,
art the Most High all over the earth.
art the most high over all the earth. All right. Sorry? All right, be seated.
All right, everybody. Shalom. Most High in Christ. We left off in Numbers chapter 20, I think verse 9, and we're going to start at verse 10 in the Hebrew. Any one of y'all warriors want to read? All right. Okay, y'all give me 1 second. 1 quick second. We're going to start off in Numbers chapter 20, verse 10 in the Hebrew. All right. Numbers chapter 20, verse 10 in the Hebrew. Waya Kohawa, Masha, Aharan, Af, Ha Kohal, Al Panya, Ha Salai, Wa Ya Amar, Lahum, Shemai, Na'a, Ha Mariam, Ha Man. Hey, warrior, close that door.
Oh.
That's like you. Ha Mariam, Ha Man, Ha Salai, Ha Hazah, Na Wataza Ya'ah, Lakam, Mayam, verse 11. Wa Yaram, Masha, Ah, Yadawa, it's like it, Yahweh, Wayak, Af, Ha Salai, Ba Matazahawa, Pa Aimyam, Wa Yatazaawa, Mayam, Ra Bayam, Waf Shath, Ha Aida, Wa Ba'ai Yarum, Sa, verse 12. Wa Ya'aimar Yahweh al Mashah, Wa al Aharan, Ya'ain, La'a, Ha Amantam, Baya, La Hakwad Ya Shenya, La Ayanaywa, it's like Ya I Yanaya, Banya Yasha'Allah Lakam, La'a, The Baya Iwa, Af, Ha Kohal, Hazah Al, Ha Aran, Aishar, Na Thoya, Laham, verse 13. Hama, Maya, Morayabah, Aishar, Rabawa, Banya, Yasha'Allah, Af, Yahweh, Wa Yakodash, Bam, verse 14. Wa Yashalak, Masha, Wa La'akyim, Ma Kodash, Al, Malak, Adawam, Ka, Aymar, A, Kayak, Yasha'Allah, Athah, Ya, the Aif, Af, Kal, Ha, Fala'ah, Aishar, Ma Taza Af, Nawa. Verse 15. Wayo Radawa, Abaf Yanawa, Ma Taza Riyam, it's like Ma Taza Riyam, Ma. Wa Nishab, Ba Mataza Rayam, Yamayam, Ra Bayam, Ma Yura Aiwa, La Nawa, Ma Tazarayam, Wow Abba Thafniwa. Verse 16. Wa Nataza Ike, Al Yahweh, Wa Yashamai, Kwa Nawa, Wa Yashlak, Ma'ak, Wa Yataza Anna, Wa Yataza Anawa, Mama Tazarayam, Wa Hana, Anaf Nawa, Ba Kodash, Ayar, Kwataza, Ba, it's like Ga, Bawalak. All right, last verse, 17. Na I Bara, Na'a, Ba Aratazak, La'a, Na Ibar, Ba Shada, Wa Bak Rayam, Wala, Nashatha, it's like Nashatha, Maya, Ba'ar, the Barak, Ha Malak, Nalak, La'ah, Natah, Yamayak, Wa Yashala, Slaki, Wa Shema Awa, Aid, Aishar, Nai, Aibar, Ga, Bowalak. All right. You're going to start from verse 10. You go ahead and read, warrior.
Khan. Numbers 20 and 10. And Moses and Aaron.
But start from verse 1 so we can know what this chapter is about.
Khan.
It's Numbers 20 and 1.
Khan. Then came the children, Numbers 20 and 1. Then came the children of Israel, even the whole congregation, into the desert of Zin in the first month.
Okay, before I start this class and this topic, what usually happens when people are in the desert? What do they run low of? It's two things. But what's the main source they run out of? Go ahead.
Water, right?
That's right. That's water. Read on.
In the first month, and the people abode in Kadesh, and Miriam died there and was buried there.
Uh-huh.
And there was no water.
And there was what?
No water
Mm-hmm.
for the congregation. And they gathered themselves together against Moses and against Aaron.
And what it's talking about when it says they gathered themselves against Moses and Aaron. They gathered themselves against Aaron and Moses. They came against them. All because they didn't have no water. You know. That's what people, a nation would go against each other when they don't have no resources. Know what I mean? When they don't have nothing to rely on, they would turn against each other. And that's what's going on today, man. We ain't got no businesses. Know what I mean? We don't have nothing that's black people, Hispanic people, and American Indian people. So we tend to turn against each other. Know what I mean? Because we in extreme poverty, and we also did this in the wilderness when we got free from Egypt. Read on.
Khan. Verse 3. And the people chose with Moses and spoke, saying.
Okay, when it says, and the people chose with Moses, do anybody know what chose means? Okay, chose means to insult. It's an insult, man. They was insulting Moses. Know what I mean? Read.
Khan. With Moses and spake, saying, would God that we had died when our brethren died before the Lord?
You see, they mocking him. They making fun of him. Know what I mean? It's right there. So you know what chose means. Chose is the definition of insulting somebody. It was insulting Moses. But it's so bad. And it's so sad that it would insult Moses when Moses did all these miracles before their faces. Moses, like what? He split the Red Sea. He showed them all. He did all the plagues through the Lord. And now when it comes to some hard times and they're struggling, they want to insult Moses now, man. After he did all this for them, they ready to give up and want to go back to Egypt and be some damn slaves, man. All right, read.
Khan. Verse 4. And why have ye brought up the congregation of the Lord into this wilderness, that we and our cattle should die there?
They know the Lord with Moses, man. They seen that the Lord was with Moses, man. Moses so many times fed them with the manna and the quail. They seen Moses go in that mountain and get get the laws of God, man. And he came out with a shining glow. They seen this, but they have the nerve to insult this man of the Lord. Read.
Khan. And wherefore have ye made us to come up out of Egypt, to bring us into this evil place? It is no place of seed, or of figs, or of vines, or of pomegranates, neither is there any water to drink.
If the Lord could split the Red Sea, the Lord could tell Moses to throw a staff on the ground, this kind of staff right here, and it turned into a snake. You don't think the Lord can feed you in the desert? But this is our people, man. People that live in doubt and not faith. They're really live in doubt real quick before they have faith in another brother, man. All right, read.
And Moses and Aaron went from the presence of the assembly unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, and they fell upon their faces, and the glory of the Lord appeared unto them.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 7, and the Lord spake unto Moses, saying.
Stop right there. All right. We're going to do another 7 in the Hebrew. Y'all sure y'all don't want to read no Hebrew? Y'all want to give a crack at it?
Wow, sound good.
Okay. Y'all got to study, man. So y'all can help me out. All right. Where we at?
Start off at 8.
At 8?
Start at 8, sir.
Okay. I'm going to finish reading another 7, all right? Matter of fact, I need you to read, start from 10 in English.
Numbers 20 and 10. And Moses and Aaron gathered the congregation together before the rock, and he said unto them, Hear now, ye rebels, must we fetch you water out of this rock?
Moses calling the congregation, the people that's chosen with him, and another word for chosen is insult. Moses calling them rebels, man. And you know, rebels, they live in rebellion. They are against the Lord, you know what I mean? When they came against Moses, they were going against the Lord. When you come against the I.S.U.P.K, you coming against the Lord, man. All right? Read.
And Moses lifted up his hand, and with his rod he smote the rock twice, and water came out abundantly, and the congregation drank, and their beasts also.
I mean, they were doing all that murmuring and complaining, but Moses still fed these bastards, man. And that's similar to the I.S.U.P.K today, man. We told our people about polite, but what they did, they murmured and complained and telling us we all about ourselves and we ain't no prophets of the Lord. You ain't the only one with the truth. And what happened to that bastard, man? You find out he's a damn child molester, man. And you find out we was right the whole damn time, man. Our people, they always have to go the hard way. They don't want to learn the easy way and just take the warning. They had to learn the hard way. They had to lay their head in a hard bed, man, instead of just following the Lord, man. They don't want to follow the Lord. They want to follow themselves, man, their own damn mind. And that's why they always find themselves in a hard place, man. Read.
Verse 12. And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron, because ye believe me not to sanctify me in the eyes of the children of Israel, therefore ye shall not bring this congregation into the land which I have given them.
Read on.
This is the water of Meribah.
And that would happen when you don't have faith in the Lord, man. Know what I mean? You never going to see rulership. You always going to be a damn slave, man. Know what I mean? To follow the Lord, you got to have a mind of a soldier, man. Hey, Moses, he seen the Holy Land, but he didn't go into it. Moses died like a damn soldier, man. And I might die like a soldier. I might not see the kingdom of heaven. But the Lord says the ones who died in him, I'm paraphrasing, in Revelations, they're going to be the first one to rise up first, know what I mean? And see the kingdom. So have faith, man. No matter if you don't see the kingdom of heaven in your lifetime, you might not see the reward now, but guess what? It's going to come. But you got to have faith, man. You can't be a damn Christian, a damn coward, and always want to get a gift. Always got to receive, man. That's why Christians love these holidays. That's why they love Christmas and everything, man. Because it's always about gaining with a Christian. They don't never want to sacrifice nothing, man. It's all about their selfish greed, man. All about their damn 50 lusts. Read.
Okay. Verse 13. This is the water of Meribah, because the children of Israel strove with the Lord, and he was sanctified in them.
Read.
And Moses sent messengers to Kadesh unto the king of Edom. Thus saith thy brother Israel, thou knowest all the travail that hath befallen us.
Now, don't fall into this. I mean, real fast now. You know what I mean? It said that they are brothers because we came from the same father and mother, but we not brothers in spirit. You know what I mean, the Lord made them different than us. You know what I mean, we the righteous and they the damn wicked. All right, they evil. The Lord don't want us with them. All right, but Jacob was their father. My bad, not Jacob. Isaac was their father. And Jacob is Esau's brother. And that's why they said brother at this time. And now you're going to learn why we're against these devils. Because this is a story about how these devils wouldn't let us pass through. If I ain't mistaken. Ain't that right, Yahweh? Okay. All right. Read on. They wouldn't let us pass through when we were leaving Egypt. You know what I mean? Because they had beef with us because they father Esau. And guess what? They still got beef with you today because they father Esau. It's a perpetual hatred. They will never learn to love you. The only thing they want to do to you is make you a slave, or you got to die. Oh, yeah. One of the two. So like if you don't want to be a slave, you have to die. Go ahead.
Talk about that. That's just to be more. It's still Edom, but to be more accurate, it's the Amalek. Is the tribe of Amalek, which is the fake Jews today. That was the one that wouldn't let us into the land.
Yeah, that's right. That was Amalek.
Edom, but it's still. That's just the tribe.
That's the prime tribe of Edom, man. That is Edom. You see them, you see the Jewish man, you looking at Edom, man. I mean, you ain't looking at the Jew, you looking at Edom. But go ahead, you right though, man. That's Amalek. All right, that's the chief house of Satan. All right, go ahead.
How our fathers went down into Egypt, and we have dwelt in Egypt a long time, and the Egyptians vexed us and our fathers.
And also, when you read about this tribe, I'm glad you brought that out, Yahweh. Do anybody know what the chief house mean? Like the chief house of Satan? Do anybody know what that mean?
Slakia said,
go ahead.
The head.
And how give me some examples. How did the head? Go ahead. Well, the posh. We give other people a chance. No, I know you know. Go ahead. Yeah, the chief. How do you know? Yeah, how you know they're the chief house of Satan? The head house, the first house.
I was in a Christian church or one. No.
Go ahead, sis.
I guess he's the original, the origin or the beginning.
Okay. They okay, put it like this. I'm gonna let you go ahead, Yahweh.
Okay. It means like when it comes to like Israel, Judah is the chief tribe, right? That means all of the rulership comes through them. Like if you look at the fake Jews, right? They rule over everything, even the rest of the Edomites. You see what I'm saying? Like even like the popes, those are Amalek. They don't tell you that, but the popes, even over the Roman Catholic Church, that's Amalek. Those fake Jews as well. But they rule over with everything. Like you go to what's the name? The place that they got the place. You know what I'm talking about? The place.
He got it right.
You know the Catholic home. You know.
Yeah. But when you bring out Amalek, you got it right. But this is what I want y'all to say. Yeah. When you bring out the fake Jews, the Amalek, you want to say they own the Diamond District. Yeah, they own the damn banks. Chase Bank owned by a damn Jewish man. I mean, they own Hollywood. They own the rap industry. They own all the influence when it comes to you. Know what I mean? They hands was in the damn slave trade. They bought them damn boats, man. They finance all that. I mean, they financed your slavery. They the chief house of Satan, man. What do Satan do? What he worked lies. Know what I mean, he basically financed all this stuff to keep you blind, to keep you living a lie, so he could be the Jew and you could be the black. You could be Hispanic. You could be Native American Indian. Not who you truly are, which is the Israelites. Know what I mean? He's the one living with your name. He's the one living with your inheritance. He's the one over there in your damn land, man. Over there having gay parades and stuff. He's that sick bastard, man. All right? So when we bring out Amalek, we want to bring out that they're the ones ruling the earth, really. Know what I mean? They're the white man that's ruling the earth. Even white people don't like Jewish people. Know what I mean? Tell me I'm wrong. What Adolf Hitler did? We might get flagged, but hey, boy, what Adolf Hitler did? He threw them in the oven. Why he threw them in the oven? Because they want to be black. If you saying you a Jew, you want to be black. And he's basically letting the world know that they are not the Jews. All right? And make it so bad, Adolf Hitler dad, his father was a fake Jewish man. Yeah, that's facts. Look it up. All right, read. Go ahead, Warrior.
That the name of that place called the Vatican, right? You can't even go in there. They got a bunch of stuff. You can't even go in there to write. Like if you want to go visit there, they won't even let you in there. Like the room go into the.
Oh, wow, you finish it up. The pot's going up.
So yeah, they won't even let you get up in there because of just basically how how they got the thing situated. The same way with the like the fake Jews who go to Israel, they got places that you can't even really go visit. They hide everything from you. They hide that who you truly are. Don't think they don't have relics to show that black people is the real Jews. That they all know this. Even Arthur what's his name, Arthur Kessler or something like that. He wrote a book talking about it, and he's the fake Jew. He said they're not the real Jews, we converts. So even they knew. Correct?
Saki said he wrote the book, The 13th Tribe.
Yeah, kind of 13 tribes. Because it was only that was like a moniker because it was 12 tribes of Israel. So he said this the 13th tribe of Israel, saying that them being the fake Jews. Go ahead.
Verse 16. And when we cried unto the Lord, he heard our voice and sent an angel and hath brought us forth out of Egypt.
So then when we cried, when we sing, they're explaining, they're trying to get the sympathy of the Edomites. Try to say, tell them the story. They're giving a report of what happened. We cried unto the Lord, right? To try to get, out of, he said an angel. Which everybody thinks the Most High did all these things. No, he sends angels to do all this work, right? Keep going.
And behold, we are in Kadesh.
So now he said, behold, now look, you see he sent an angel to get us out, right? Because the Edom don't think these other nations, they don't know about, the Most High. They've all known because they were taught, we all came from the same family, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? Moses came all the way down. He taught his son. Now, of course, his other sons were heathens. They all got separated. But they all knew of these guys, right? That's how even Abraham, when he was going through the issue with that king, it was an African king, and when they was getting ready to go kill his, they was getting ready to, he wanted to try to lay with his wife, and he said his wife was his sister or whatnot. Then he said somebody he had a dream, and the Most High told him that he should not lay with this woman, that she's married. They all know it. They all know it, the Most High, of course. But they all want to go their own separate, beliefs and separate gods and separate idols they want to worship. Because, of course, the law wasn't, given it to them. They're not the chosen people, right? Keep going.
A city and the uttermost of thy border.
Keep going.
Let us pass, I pray thee, through thy country. We will not pass through the fields or the vineyards.
So he's saying, just let us go through the countryside, the part you don't really, need. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to go through the vineyards. The vineyards is, what I told y'all, I think,
They make wine, right?
No. The vineyards is the place, like there's gardens and there's vineyards.
Oh, yeah, you did.
Yeah, gardens and vineyards are different. Gardens are your own personal garden in your backyard. Vineyards are where you get, like, you can sell grapes and sell it to somebody else. Make a big, it's like, commercial, right? They said, we won't even go past your stuff you need to feed the people. We're going to go in the far country. We're going to go around the way. All right, keep going.
Neither will we drink of the water of the wells. We will go by the king's highway.
So he's saying, we're not even going to drink at the wells. We're going to leave everything for you. Just let us pass through. Just let us go through. We're going to leave it the same way we came in. We ain't going to touch nothing. All right?
We will not turn to the right hand nor to the left.
So they're going to take the king's highway, which is like, that's just like the path that everybody goes through the land, right? They're going to go through that path where everybody goes through. We ain't going to turn right or left, none of that. We're going to go straight. Keep going.
Until we have passed thy borders.
Until we get out of your border, your land, we ain't going to turn right or left. We're going to keep our eyes focused, right? The punch.
He's back there. You want me to get him
Yeah,
something?
yeah, come. The pause. What you doing? What you doing? Huh? All right, come on. Just keep reading English.
Okay. And Edom said unto him, Thou shalt not pass by me.
So now Edom saying, no, you can't pass by me. You shall not. Right? Can you read the Hebrew? All right. Read 18. Read the next 7. Numbers 20 and 18.
What, Numbers 20:18?
Come.
Okay. Quick stop there. The book of Numbers, chapter 20, verse 18 in Hebrew. Wayai Amar, La'a Yawah, Idaram, La'a, Da'ai Bar, Kayak Abi, Baya, Pun, Bakara, I Taza, La Torah of Stop. Verse 19. Raya Armar Ra Allah Allah Yahweh Bana Yashala. Okay, Yashala Bamad Tala Na I La Ra Maya Ma Ya Nasha Da Ananya Ana Rama Par Nanya Wana Da Ya Baka Ram Wakra I Young Dabar Doragalyaka Ya I Baroth was 20. Rayai Amar La Da'ai Dabar I'm sorry La'ai Bar Wayai Taza I Daram La Kwa Ra Afwa Ba'ai Bayam Ba'ain no, say Kabai Rabbi Radah Maybe Yada Hazar Kwak okay Kazakwak verse 21 Wayai Ma'ain Ma'an Adaram Na Nathan looks like it's Nathan Ata Yasha'ala Ibar Bagai Balawa Wayat Yasha'ala Ba'ai La Wayapa. How many verse 22. Wayai Sa Iowa, Makwadash, Waya, Bakwar, Banya, Yasha'ala, Kal, Hai, Da, Har, Har. Verse 23. Wayai Amar Yahweh Al Mashah Ra'al Aharon Bahar Kal Kar. How many that's lucky? Har Al Gal by Wayal Arataza Idar Ram La Amar. Verse 24. Wa I.S.U.P.K. Aharon Al
It's my young, so you could. I don't know which way you went.
I Mar Yawa Kaya Al Yabaf Al Hi slash Haran slash Hi Arataza Ashar Baka Kaya the Ba the Ya
Hey, Tamayo, Zaquan got your phone.
La Banya Yasha'ala Al Ashar Amar Yatam Ata Paya La Maya My Ra Yabba. How many verses that one?
What is it?
Verse 2.
John
You
24.
stop at 24.
Okay, the old.
Stop at
Oh,
24, sir.
That was it?
oh, come 25. Yeah. Turn up, yeah.
All right, we'll start. Verse 18.
And Edom said unto him, Thou shalt not pass by me.
So Edom is not allowing Israel to pass by him. Edom doesn't want him to go past by. So keep reading.
Lest I come out against thee with the sword.
He said, now if you do come in, I'm gonna come at you with the sword. They didn't plead it with Edom, right? They pleaded with Edom, trying to get. They pleaded with him, all we want to do was just pass through. That shows you how Edom is even today. Even today, they won't hardly let you come through on what they think is their property, right? That's when they say like they own something. Most people just say, you know what, y'all just going through, y'all already, escaped, whatever the case is. Just like, how we got those refugees that they call trying to come into America, whatever. That's the same way. They don't want anybody else to come into their land, even if they just going through the land just to get out the hell they was just in. They said, no, if you come in, we gonna come at you with the sword, right? Keep going.
Final time. Slocky says, now it's like if they pass the borders, the sword is the gun.
It's the gun. It's the
So
sword.
shoot them down.
It's the gun. They want to shoot them. But this time, they didn't have guns and gunpowder this time. So they just wanted to come and try to slaughter Israel. Keep going.
19. And the children of Israel said unto him, We will go by the highway, and if I and my cattle drink of thy water, then I will pay for it.
So now they even trying to negotiate terms, right? They saying, okay, if my cattle drink any water, because they try to say, okay, maybe they don't want our cattle to drink their water. You say, you know what, we will pay for it, right? Just let us go through, man. We just trying to get out of this hell, right? Keep going.
I will only, without doing anything else, go through on my feet.
So he said, I ain't gonna do nothing else. We ain't gonna, be riding on chariots. None of that. We gonna go through on feet. And nothing else, just go by foot. Keep going.
Verse 20. And he said, thou shalt not go through.
He said, thou shalt not go through. You can't go. You can't come through here. Keep going.
And Edom came out against him with much people and with a strong hand.
So they coming out with a strong hand. Because, like, if you know, like, even with Edom, how they are even today, like, they don't, whenever they get to a place, they might be a little outnumbered or something like that, they can't fight that battle. They got to come at you with overwhelming force. Like, that's why they say they're going to be blessed with the sword. Like, Edom, they don't come and kill you. Like, think about this. Edom, they don't come soldier to soldier. They got to have, drones coming out the sky. They can tell exactly where you at. They got to have a navy, in the water to protect, against whatever else they can see. They got to have the Air Force to fly over you. See what I'm saying? Also have, see visual coverage over what's going on and drop bombs. Like them Afghans that they trying to take over, like right now they strategizing, trying to figure out how they going to try to take back over Afghanistan from the Taliban. But they can't fight that war because it's hand to hand. See what I'm saying? It's a lot of their people and against a lot of them. And they don't want to fight that battle because them Afghans, they willing to die over that. They don't want to fight that battle. They want to come and go overwhelming force. And until they determine how they can come with overwhelming force, they don't even want to fight that game. They got them, they was in the embassy over there, they got them the hell out. They flew them back to America. Got them the hell out of there because they're not strong like that. Like I said, one brother will be stronger than another. They're not strong like that. We will fight more to the death than they will. They just want to have that overwhelming force on you, and that's how they take over. Like, look at the Romans. They didn't come at you, hand-to-hand combat like that. I mean, of course, at this time it was hand-to-hand, but they had to have they had to have armor. They built structures, and then shot at you from the air, and they would push the structures over and try to take over your board. Like, they were very crafty how they did warcraft. They would, don't get me wrong, this is how it's supposed to be done, but it's like, you're supposed to be crafty when it comes to taking over your enemy. But what I'm saying is that we rely on our skill at fighting and our skill like we do, like we play sports or whatever. Because sports is like sort of like a warfare in a way. So we rely on our skill and our talent. They rely on craftiness and try to kill you the most. So, but ours is more like I said, sports. They want to go and they're trying to be the killer on earth. They're crafty when it comes to that. Guess that's what I'm saying. Go ahead.
Every point right now, that's like what it is to the Indians.
Huh?
Fighting them face to face like a man, they give them poison blankets.
Yep.
What they do with the Trojan, they bring in a horse, thinking it's a gift, and then before they know it, like a snake, it just comes out of nowhere and kills everybody.
That's how they kill people. They don't, like I said, every time is always fighting or whatever, but it's hand to hand, of course, because they're fighting with swords and stuff like that. But Romans, they forced their military. Like how they got their military. A lot of them were slaves. A lot of them were, slaves. People, they had the draft. You know how they draft people into military? They did the same thing. Like, you had to be in the military. Like with Israel, it was even a time, I think David, he said, anybody don't want to be here, just leave. He said that to him. Right? We ain't the same type of people. They want to have an overwhelming force to come and try to kill you. Like, they got to have 20-1. Because they know they're the weaker nation. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Verse 20. And he said, thou shalt not go through. And Edom came out against him with much people and with a strong hand. 21. Thus Edom refused to give Israel passage through his border. Wherefore Israel turned away from him.
So then when we left, they kind of tried to bully us out. So we just walked away from them. Keep going.
And the children of Israel, even the whole congregation, journeyed from Kadesh and came unto Mount Hor. 23. And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron in Mount Hor by the coast of the land of Edom,
So now
saying,
they came to the coast of Edom now. They're traveling up, because, you know, they always send messengers to go talk to the people first, of course, you know, to try and make some type of agreement, and they came back with a strong hand, act like they're trying to get big and bad, right? Keep going.
verse 24. Aaron shall be gathered unto his people, for he shall not enter into the land which I have given unto the children of Israel, because ye rebelled against my word at the water of Meribah.
So now he's saying that now you're not even able to go through this land, because you got me to go to the land of Israel, because we started rebelling against the Most High. After all the Most High did, we started rebelling. So now we're not even able to go see it. Even Aaron, after even with the work they did, they weren't able to see it, because we rebelled against the Most High. All right?
That was the last.
Anybody know how to read Hebrew? Azar? God.
So practices, sir.
So practice it. Is y'all around me?
Yeah, he's at the truck right now.
All right. We got a margin. That was 20. That was 24, yeah.
147.
All right. Azar, come state your registry.
Azar Yala, Ban Loya, Ban Yashirala.
Azar Yala, Balaya, Bayashala.
Yahweh Bashina Shabakatam.
Rabbi Shem Shabakata. You said what's it? Like typically when we're not going to camp, we go a little longer. Why you need us to do something, sir? Oh, come on. I was just checking. If you had something else to do, we'll do it. Select. All right. I mean, if that's the order, sir.
Go ahead.
Come on. All right, read 25. Just read in English.
Numbers 20 and 25. Take Aaron and Eleazar his son, and bring them up unto Mount Hor. 26. And strip Aaron of his garments, and put them upon Eleazar and his son. And Aaron shall be gathered into his people, and shall die there.
So now he's taking off his garments, because he knows that Aaron, this is, time is going on and everything. He's not going to be able to see the land. So he's basically saying that Eleazar or Lazarus is what you will see in the New Testament. This is basically what's the word I'm trying to use? This is basically him passing it on to him. It's because the high priests are the sons of Aaron, right? Levites are all the priests, but then the high priests were the sons of Aaron. So now he's passing the leadership over the high priest over to Eleazar. All right, keep going.
26. And strip Aaron of his garments, and put them on Eleazar.
We gotta read 27.
27. And Moses did as the Lord commanded, and they went up into Mount Hor in the sight of all the congregation.
Now they went on the top of this mountain to go speak to the people. Keep going.
28. And Moses stripped Aaron of his garments, and put them upon Eleazar his son. And Aaron died there in the top of the mount. And Moses and Eleazar came down from the mount.
So Aaron died on top of the mountain. And now, like I said, he passes the leadership over the high priest over to him. Right? Keep going.
29. And when all the congregation saw that Aaron was dead, they mourned for Aaron 30 days.
Mm-hmm. Like everybody know the significance of mourning for the 30 days, right? Anybody know the significance of that at all?
Con.
Go ahead. You know?
Yes, sir. It's got to give you a time, a period to mourn, and then got to return back to business.
God. But do you know what's the spirit behind that though? Why he give you a time frame? Like I can't remember the exact time frames, but like if you were a widow and your husband died, it gave you like a year, something like that. I can't remember the exact time frames, but he gave you a certain amount of time to mourn that. Did anybody know the spirit behind that?
Salaka, sir. It's a time for joy, a time for peace, and also he's a God of the living, not of the dead. Furthermore, if I may, when there was the wars going on in Benjamin, if you have a concubine, you had to mourn your husband, shave your head 30 days, and then after 30 days, or maybe 3 months, if I'm not mistaken, the word say you go in unto her.
But it's more to it than that. But the reason why we have a certain time frame to mourn is because we don't want idolatry to come into Israel. Because anybody know that scripture about idolatry? I think I brought it out not too long ago, but it's basically, anybody know it? Where is that? It's in, hold on 1 second. I'll get it for y'all. 1 second. Give me Wisdom of Solomon 14-16. Can you get that from the post?
Right there. Okay, Wisdom Solomon. Okay, what chapter and verse? Solomon?
You got that from me yet?
No, Sluggy, what's chapter and verse?
14 and 16.
Oh, 14, 16.
You know what it says?
Oh, well, go to 15.
No, Kawakan.
Verse 15.
Book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14, verse 15.
Well, go to 12 first. Read that one, and I'll skip it to
14,
15.
12, okay. Hold on 1 second.
14 and 12. Read that part, the first part.
Okay. Cause the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14, verse 12. For the devising of idols was the beginning of spiritual fornication.
That's fornication, right? What does fornication mean? No. Lie. There's more to it than that.
Okay.
What does fornication mean?
Salaka.
Go ahead and pause.
Unlawful sex.
Unlawful sex. So, people think of fornication as, you've been taught in the Christian church, fornication is you lay with somebody but sex before marriage, right? That's not fornication, not biblical fornication.
Right.
That might be Roman fornication. But you got to think of when you have like a language like as Hebrew, words mean a certain thing differently than they do in a different language, right? They spiritually mean something differently. But when they put in a word, that word is just the best word that can fit that when they translate it. So you always lose a little bit of meaning unless you're using it in the original tongue. So fornication is just unlawful sex. It's not sex before marriage. All right? So let's talk about spiritual fornication. How are you committing spiritual fornication? Go ahead, sir.
I was about to say, what's some examples of fornication? Just for someone that's still watching,
Come.
don't know. What's some examples of fornication?
Oh, you want me to tell him? Come, sir. All right, basically, sleep with a man is not your husband. That's fornication. Sleeping with animals, fornication. A man sleeping with an unmarried woman, not unmarried, a married woman already, That's fornication. There's things that's unlawful that's done unlawful. Raping a woman is fornication. Unlawful sex, right? So, go ahead. Kawakan, that's unlawful sex. Adultery is a man sleeping with a married woman already. She's already married and given to another woman. That's what adultery is. Both of those are adulterers or adulterers. Okay? Now it doesn't, because a man can have more than one wife, so he can take on another woman. That means he's marrying that other woman, right? But if he touches a woman that's already given, that's already belongs to another man, both of those are adulterers, basically. So, and that's fornication. Go ahead.
So like it, sir, if I may, can we use the situation with polite as fornication?
God, that's fornication. That's unlawful. He's trying to have sex with his wife's daughter. Like, it's supposed to be his wife. That's fornication because you're not supposed to. You can't sleep with your wife's sister. You can't marry your wife's sister. You can't marry her mom. I think her aunt. I can't, like, you forget a little bit of that over time, but there's certain people, like, even of your wife's family, you can't touch. So that's part of being fornicating. He's trying to touch his wife's daughter. And then too, she's underage. She hasn't blossomed yet to a woman. She's 14. Yes, she might have her cycle, but she's not a woman yet. She hasn't been what they call a virgin, which just means just a maiden. She's not a virgin yet. All right? Y'all wrong?
Salaki, would that apply to polite? Because isn't he a Hamite?
No, it's still fornication either way it goes. Yeah, he's still probably a Hamite, yeah. But it's still fornication because we're going to go by the scriptures of what fornication is. So, like if you want to say that, like we say that we said that with the other nations, because you got to be careful with that, because then they're going to say, remember, the scripture says, prepare them for slaughter for the iniquities of their fathers. That's iniquities of other nations. It doesn't mean they're held to the same like we are, because the reason why they're able to do those iniquities on us is because of our iniquity. So it's like a difference, but it's still a sin. It's just not counted the same. You get what I'm saying? It's kind of like a basic understanding of that. All right. You got that for me? What you read? Wisdom of Solomon?
Con.
All right, that's spiritual fornication. Read and the invention.
Okay. And the invention of them, the corruption of life.
That's where you get corrupted in your life. When you start inventing idols. That's why polite is corrupted. His idol is black women.
That's right.
Well, I don't even think it's black women. I think it's just women in general. Right. Women and money is his idols. So that's why he's easily corrupted. Right? Now go down to 14.
Hey, Con. Verse 14. For by the vain glory of men they enter into the world.
So the vain glory of men, vain, which means doesn't amount to much. Vain. Glory of men that entered into the world. They were born, right? Keep going.
And therefore shall they come shortly to an end.
So then they die very quickly. They come to an end after they're born. Quickly, right? Keep going.
Verse 15. For a father afflicted with untimely mourning.
For a father afflicted with untimely mourning. So you be a father. It's not. This is speaking in terms of kings that force people to, because they're high in rulership, they force people to follow different religions. All right, keep going.
When he have made an image of this child, when he have made an image of his child, soon take it away. Mm-hmm. Now honor him as a god.
So now his son died, right? His son died. So now they make an image to him. They say pay homage or whatever, right? They make this image of him, right? Keep going.
Which was then a dead man.
So now he's a dead man. You honor him as a god, as a power. Like, we can have brothers in here. Like, everybody, most of you have heard about a brother we had named by the name of Kamawar, right? There was a brother named Kamawar, a powerful brother. He was an officer 500 in school. He died in 2017. We can have pictures of this brother here in the school. That's not unlawful. But we're going to get into why it is unlawful. Keep going.
And delivered to those that were under him ceremonies and sacrifices.
So now they deliver ceremonies and sacrifices. So now they're doing ceremonies and sacrificing. Oh, no, you guys sit down. Get y'all around real quick. Get y'all around. So now they're doing ceremonies and sacrifices to this dead person. And since he's a king, he's forcing it. Right? Keep going.
Verse 16. Thus in process of time an ungodly custom growing strong was kept as a law. And graven images were worshipped by the commandments of kings.
So they were made to worship these things as though they were commandments. So then it's not, like I said, it's not unlawful to have a picture of a brother or even have like a sister have her husband or whatever. You can have a picture of him and all of these things. But you start making commandments that people got to follow these things. People got to, you got to start sacrificing on the 25th of December. That is what's called idolatry. You get what I'm saying? So that's why you only permitted a certain amount of time to actually mourn somebody, because after a while, you start going over that time, you're going to start making everybody, especially if you have some type of power, you're going to start like, you could be a matriarch in the family. You start making all your children honor that person's birthday now, because you're still mourning over the loss of them being there. Like, what they do these days, they still put a plate for them in this chair, person's chair that died. That's idolatry. You sacrificing food for this person, and you're dead. They can't eat the food. You can have remembrance of them. You can talk about the good times y'all had with them. We talk about the good times we have with Kamawar all the time. You know what I'm saying? But you can't start making. We're not gonna make a plate for the brother. You know what I'm saying? He can't eat it.
How about memorials? Like every year on the day they died, is that unlawful as well? Like mourning them every year, like having a gathering on the day they passed away, and like.
I haven't heard exactly that's unlawful, but I will lean to it as being unlawful, because you get that certain time to mourn. Y'all can sit around and talk about them and say, like, we don't, like, Kamawar, I don't remember what day, but he died like in October. We don't wait till October and start talking about Kamawar. We just say, man, remember when we was doing this and Kamawar said that? That's how you remember, that's how you memorialize somebody. You don't want to do the same, the anniversary thing of them dying, because then now we're, like you said, like your brother even said, we have the God of the living. They're going to come back. You know what I'm saying? So you don't want to get into that. I would lean to, I haven't heard that exactly being said as no, but I would lean to not doing it, because mainly the spirit behind that. You're not letting them die. You know what I'm saying? All right. Any questions? Y'all good on that? All right, let's go back to Numbers 20.
Khan, Numbers 21 and 1.
All right, so let me get back to it. All right, keep going.
Khan. And when King Arad the Canaanite, which dwelt in the south, heard tell that Israel came by the way of the spies, then he fought against Israel and took some of them prisoners.
So then, you send people out all of the time to go, inquire and try to find out what's like the word on the street. You know what I'm saying? They said every country does this. You know what I'm saying? So they sent out people and they found out about Israel and they took some of them prisoners. Keep going.
Khan, verse 2. And Israel vowed a vow unto the Lord and said, if thou wilt indeed deliver his people into my hand, then I will utterly destroy their cities.
So then Israel vowed a vow unto the Lord, said, if you will deliver this people into my hand, I will utterly destroy their cities. And it's talking about the Canaanites, right? Because you know the land of Canaan is technically what they call Israel, right? That's where Israel is, the land of Canaan. They will utterly destroy these cities. All right, I think that's the next person we can bring up. All right. That Elijah. All right. Y'all, man, we got that many officers here. What's your name, brother? Armand. All right, come and state your registry. You know how to do it? I'm going to teach you. You know what a Madam Shabbat is? All right, stand in the Madam Shabbat. All right. You always want to go out on your right foot. I know you all trained to do on your left foot, but it's right foot. That's a Madam Shabbat. All right. Go to Madam Shabbat for me. There you go. And you state your name. You say Armand, or you say young man Armand, Ban Yahanna, Ban Yashala. Right? And then we repeat it back to you. And then you stand in the Madam and you say Yahweh Ba'Shem Rakathon. All right, then you come up here, all right? All right, go ahead. State your registry.
Young man Armand, Ban Yahanna, Ban Yashala.
Young man Armand, Ban Yahanna, Ban Yashala.
Yahweh Hashem, Yahshua Rakatham.
Yahweh Shem Yahshua.
That brother here. There you go. Oh, you always want to go around that thing, man. Yeah, watch that one. All right, be seated. Yeah. Can you see if it's unplugged? I'm not sure.
Go back up there.
No, the plug should be right.
Y'all run. You don't see what's wrong with the light real quick?
It's unplugged.
Yeah, you probably unplugged it. But yeah, only officers can really be up here. That's why they need a sign. They come up here to say officers only. If only like troopers can come up only if they're invited. That's why he didn't want to come up, so everybody didn't know. All right. We got Numbers chapter 21, verse 3. Go ahead and read that in the Hebrew for me.
Come on, the book of Numbers, chapter 21, verse 3, in the Hebrew. Yah Shemai Yahweh Bakwa Royal Yasha'al Yah Dun Atah Hakai Na'ai Nawa Yah Karam Aitaham As Irai Yaham Yah Kwa Ra Sham Hamai Kwa Ram Kara Ma Pa, verse 4. Yah Ta'aiwa Mahar Ha Hara Da Ra Yum. So what? La Sa Ba Atan Arataza I die wrong. Radai Quad Tazawar Napash Hai Ain Bara Rock, verse 5. Yad Dabar Hai Ain by Eli Hayam by Masha La Ma Hai La Yad da Nawa. My Tazawarium. La Bar was. Ba my the bar. Kaya I Yun La Kum Ra I Yun Mayum Ra Napash Nawa Pa Tazaha Bala Kum I Kwa La Kwa Verse 6. Wayai Shalak Yahweh Ba'aim Ak Hayna Ka Shayam Haishai Rapayam Wa Yanap Shakawa Up Hi Wayai Muff Ein Raw Mashai Maya Shah Ra Al Verse 7. Wayai Both Hi Al Mashah Wayai of Marwa Kasai Ainanwa Kaya Dabar Nawa Ba Yahweh Wa Ba Haidai Pa La Al Lahayu I'm sorry Al Yahweh Wa Ya Sar My eye lie now let me sloppy. My eye lie ya nawa Off Hai non Kash Why ya da pa la Basha okay by I'd Hi verse 8 well sorry verse 1
Well, you stop reading 9 and that's where you start.
oh 9 okay, verse 8 Why Yai Amar Yahweh Al Mashar Asha Lak Sharak Wa Shayam Athwar Al okay Nasha Wa Yaha Kal Hashar what okay slow Wa Ya Azak War Ra Adha Adawa Wa Kaya last verse 9 Wa Yai I'm sorry Wa Ya Asha Basha Nakash Nakashas Waya Shamaiwa Al How Not Hanasha Wahaya Haya the shot Hana Kash Af Hayash Wahai by Yasha Al the Kash had Na Shah Wa Kaya. Start verse 2. Okay, read Numbers 21
we
and
got
2.
to clip it there.
Clip it there.
Yeah, right.
So we'll start Numbers 21 2 next
Oh
week.
yeah,
or-
we'll start there next week. Actually, 3. All right.
Oh, all right.
That imagine. What's up? Huh? We gotta go. Alright, I'm gonna hand this to you. You gonna put your, put the other one. You wanna do it to next one? Then I hand it to you like this. Alright, and you say La Yashala,
La Yashala.
which means to Israel. Take the little sip. And then, alright. Now, go to one. Alright, we'll find out done. Raise face to east. We'll say these prayers. Alright, I'm gonna say the Hebrew part. Alright. Give me the sorry, let me get Psalms 121.
Just a little prayer.
Huh?
You can put a little prayer.
That's fine. Alright, the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Oh yeah, let's go. Yeah, let's show.
Yep. So, and just make
Pick it
sure
up,
you put your
let's show.
make sure you hold it there, like a baby. Or like a child like that.
There you go. Alright, Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa. Shabbat Shemayim. Kodash. Hayat. Shavka. Yahweh. Malakuka. Tabahah. Batazaka. Hayat. Aisha. Barataza. Kawa. Hayat. Bashemayim. Netananaw. Lakam. Kal. Yawan. Wasalaknaw. Kabawafanaw. Kasalakinaw. Kabawafinaw. Walaha. Tabiyah now, Banasayawan, above, Awashah Mayan, Ra, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Wahala, Wahatapara, Lawalamya, Aman.
Is the Lord prayer in English? Our Father, which art in heaven.
Which art in heaven.
Hallowed be my name.
Hallowed be thy name.
Yahweh. Yahweh. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done.
Thy will be done.
In earth. As it is in heaven.
As it is in heaven.
Give us this day.
Give us this day.
Our daily bread.
Our daily bread.
And forgive us debts.
Give us our debts.
And we forgive our debtors.
As we forgive our
And
debtors.
lead us not into temptation.
And lead us not into temptation.
Deliver us from evil.
Deliver us from evil.
For thine is the kingdom.
For thine is the kingdom.
And the power.
And the power.
And the glory.
And the glory.
Well.
Forever.
So be it.
So be it. Alright, sorry. Turn back around. Says be seated. Alright. Men of Israel.
They got something to it.
Huh?
Got something to it.
Oh yeah, yeah. Come on. Let's salute the Torah. Stay up top.
One step up.
Yeah, one step up.
Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahshua Barakiyah.
Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Hashem, Yah. Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Hashem, Yah.
Bashim Yah Shabrak Yah.
Come right up. You already did it? Y'all about to show back. Yeah. I'll read the security announcements for me. Okay, let me see it.
Here's the I.S.U.P.K security announcements. We're the I.S.U.P.K start out 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Room for a new brother and sister.